Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Thursday, the 8th of May. Starting off with the S&P, and it's staying above the 50-day line, which was the first requirement there. I suppose we are attempting to fill the gap there down to the 55.70 zone, the low yesterday 55.78, but at least while we're above that 50-day line, 55.61, looking for late March resistance towards 57.70. RSI 56, so in a decent zone in terms of a mid-move consolidation before up rather than down. Next up is the Nasdaq, and here see that similar pattern to the S&P, although I suppose in this case a little bit stronger in the sense that we're higher, that bit higher above the 50-day line there at 19,400. Obviously looking for the top of that falling trend channel there, 20,400. Hopefully over the next week or two. RSI at 57, so right in the box seat for up rather than down. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Angi or Angi. Here we've got a bear trap island reversal, so gapping down last month and gapping up through the 50-day line this month. The only thing left now is to see how long or how far the shares can go above the old support area, around the $14.80 area, 80 mark rather. Top of that falling trend channel as high as $19, looking for that by the end of this month, especially while we remain above the 50-day moving average at $14.18. Next up is Costamare, and here, falling trend channel. We filled the first gap there at around the $7.10 area. Above that, on an end-of-day close, looking for the recent resistance, March resistance, $7.90. Best case here by the end of next month, up to $8.45, with the top of that channel there from back in August last year. Ideally, we stay above recent support around $6.70 ahead of a move to the upside. Next up is CuriosityStream, which has gapped up nicely within that rising trend channel from July last year. Top of the channel there, heading for as high as $6.40. We're looking for that by the end of this month, especially while we remain above the intraday low of yesterday at $4.20 on an end-of-day close basis. So it won't be easy, but that's what we have at the moment. Next up is a stock which we have looked at before, and you can see that it is making progress within a rising trend channel once again from July last year, gapping up yesterday and heading towards the top of the channel, $8.75 hopefully by the end of this month, while we remain above a recent resistance around $5.60. Next on the list is a stock which I don't think we've looked at before, which is Flotek, and here another rising trend channel here, in this case in place since November. Top of the channel there, which is quite a wide one, as high as $14 by the end of next month, while we remain above resistance on the way down around the $8.50 mark. Maybe you could push that up to the $9 area as a stop loss zone. Next on the list is stock which included at the last minute, Hyperscale, and here bear trap gap reversal from below the old $3.10 initial 2025 support. Above that, we're looking for the top of that broadening triangle, which is a big broadening triangle, as high as $11.40 by the end of next month. Ideally, we'll stay up above recent support, intraday support around the $4.60 mark, while we head, or if we're in the process of heading towards that $11 plus target. The next stock is NerdWallet, and here bear trap gap reversal after a sort of inverted head and shoulders type maneuver. Recent resistance around $9.70. Above that, looking at the top of the falling trend channel there, $13.50 by the end of this month. Yeah, I think that should be enough time for NerdWallet to reach its technical target, or implied technical target. Porch Group is next, and another chart which is very similar to two or three of the ones we've already had, or already looked at, gapping through resistance. Top of the channel there from back in October as high as $15.50. Looking for that by the end of this month, while we remain above recent resistance around $8.25. You might maybe tighten that up to the $9 area if you are that kind of risk profile of, well, if you have that kind of risk profile. OneConstruction is next, and here we have a falling trend channel. They're top of the channel there at $3.70. Looking for that over the next few sessions, while we remain above recent resistance around the $2.40 mark. Resistance on the way down, that is. Finishing off with Oscar Health, and here you can see the big gap, bear trap gap reversal. We already had gaps, but they were filled on the latest rebound. Current situation is that above recent resistance is $16.50. We're looking for the top of that broadening triangle from October as high as $21 by the end of this month. Nice movement before the gap higher, in the sense that we had consolidation for the RSI just in the low 50s, so it was a leading indicator on the upside. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.